M0FXP, just a quick one here on the Xiegu X6100 that you can see on top, and the new Yaesu FTX-1, soon to be released in the UK. So, you know, what's the basic difference? The Xiegu has a built-in tuner, but it does not cover the VHF, UHF bands. You can buy an item like this that adds 110 megahertz on receive only, okay? HIZ air they call it, and you can receive, pretty sure, 2 meters in airband using this. I don't think you can receive 77s, but you could do 2 meters and 70. And the other thing we've got with this one is that you can put the R1 CBU firmware onto an SD card, boot up this radio, and it will actually receive and transmit FT8 basically. Now, the Yaesu FTX-1 is 2 radios in one, so you've got the sub and the main band, and we're receiving, let's get my node on here. If I go to the sub, and we got a band button here that we can hold, and go to 77s. Separate volume and RF gain and squelch just by pressing and turning the knob on this side and this side. Okay, which is quite cool. Same goes for the band, you know, the waterfall. Let's put my node in here, which is 550. There you are, you can hear it there in the background. And of course we've got 3DS. It is beautiful and it's quite pricey, you know, it's like £1,600, where you can pick up the X6100 now for about £480. It's got a built-in tuner. There are buttons on the top as well for going up and down the bands and settings. This one has got an SWR analyzer, SWR scan they call it, and that's where the modem is for decoding CW. So it decodes CW where the FTX-1 does not. FTX-1's got GPS, Bluetooth, and let's turn it down. HF, let's put on back the 3DS, and we've got a multi-scope as well here. And look, you've got some activity here. Oh, don't drop them. DNR, you saw that. 178. Let's do this one. I'm using a G5RV on the FTX-1 and a 49-to-1 Ballon with a 66-foot wire on the Xiegu. Let's turn this down. So that's the FTX down. It's turned up. Not sounding too good, is it? The speaker on it's not great. I've got an external speaker here. Let's see if it's any good. Just this little baby thing here. Let's plug it in. Oh, that's definitely better, isn't it? So you've got the decode window there, but we can back out of that. And if you go into the menus, display, you can choose, there it is there, audio scope, press, and we can turn it on. So you do get an oscilloscope like you do here. I'm going to keep dropping these radios. I am trying to be careful. That speaker is stereo, isn't it? There you are. Don't worry, we survived. Squelch, RF gain, let's knock that back a bit. I mean, it's not good conditions, but look, you've got your filters. Definitely better with the filter on. Filters here, 1, 2, and 3. Signal meter there. Volume. Yes, it's got Wi-Fi, and you can interact with this radio via Wi-Fi. And I think with the Bluetooth on, you can use WF view, I believe, and you can go in. It's basically, let's turn it down a bit. it's basically been routed. Is that what they say? You can go in and you can actually change what it looks like. So let me put in the R1 CBU SD and you'll see what you can do with the X6100. So all you do, you put the SD card in once you've obviously loaded it on. Turn this off, like so. Then when we turn it back on, give it a minute. It is basically a Linux computer, so you've got to wait. Turn it back on. And when it boots, it will boot up with a wolf. And, you know, to stop this, you just take the SD card out. It's booting from that, but it's using all the hardware of the radio. And then you suddenly get this window, which is pretty cool. Good as your antenna, I would say. Nice. Just not that great, is it? It's not the radio, it's the conditions. You can see it's automatically dimmed. All these settings. What was that one there? There's a new version of this. I need to download it. TX power, spectrum zoom, spectrum beta. There's no touch screen on it. Spectrum zoom, app, FTA. And if I'm on the right frequency, oh, it should actually do it for us, the frequency. So USB-D, it's not the strongest FTH signal, but it will just suddenly appear. And to transmit, you just put your call sign in there. And it will actually transmit FT8 and decode it all on screen. Yeah, it is starting to decode, so that's cool. Now, you definitely cannot do that with the Yaesu. I don't want to do transmit because we're a bit near this radio. I don't want to break it. The main, so you can switch between the A and the B there. You can hold down split mode. C4 FM, of course. Oh look, something's happening here. C4 FM, group mode, got PMG mode, like you do on the FTM 500. When you're on C4 FM, so if we go to the A and tap it and go C4 FM and then hit group mode, you go into group mode like you do on other sets. Let's just turn that off a minute. I don't want to transmit on that. Vast menu. You go forward and back with this little arrow here, and then you go into your settings there. You've got SD card, Bluetooth, GPS. This, when you're using the R1 CBU, you can add an external GPS antenna and it will give you your location. I've done that. And of course, Bluetooth interface with software, it does do that. And pretty sure it's got Wi-Fi as well. I'm not sure. No, definitely got Wi-Fi on that. No Wi-Fi on the FTX-1, but also, don't forget this, I can, right now, let's turn it down. I know I keep doing that. I turn it up, I get too excited, and then I forget that I'm talking over it. So, the other thing about the Yaesu FTX-1, they've brought out the Optima, which clips on the back, and it's about the same size as the 991, and so this can be a 10 watt unit with a DC supply, with the battery, which is 6,000 milliamp hour. It will last for 8 hours, but then you put on the Optima unit, you take the battery off, put on the Optima unit, and then you've got a 100 watt jack-in-the-box radio with C4 FM, and if you use an open spot Pro model, you can cross-mode, do DMR D-Star Fusion, so that's ticking along nicely, isn't it, with that R1 CBU firmware, isn't it? And all I do is you take out the SD card, I just leave it in there but not clipped in, and then I can just decide what I want to do. And to load it up, you just use Berliner Etcher or Win32, just transfer the image onto the SD card, a blank SD card, and it just boots from it. It just works so well. So there you are, and then we've got the lots of key features and, you know, CW, and what's that? What was that? I think there's a browser on here, if I remember right. There's actually a browser on here as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching my channel, and of course there's a lot to these radios. I do recommend the X6100. You probably get one second hand these days for about 300 odd pounds. But it is a 6 meter and HF radio. This is everything. This is Shack in the box, and in England they're going to do 4 meters, 70 megahertz, which is actually on here. If I tap here, where did I see it? Let's go back. Now hold down the band button, which is also the mag button, the grouping, and look, 70 in general. So you know, and then you keep press it. You go through, and the airband on this is really clear. The airband does work on the X6100, but you need that little module. These don't cost much. Just look them up on AliExpress. HIZ Air. Just look it up. 100% worth it. It basically adds 110 megs. You know, so if you're on 7 megs there, you'd be 117. So just do the maths, and then you can check out some wristbands on receive only. But it's well worth it. I think it's a £30, and I've used it loads of times. Thanks for watching my channel. I know I've missed loads here. Just going to show you a little overview and that. And I just move this off. Try not to break it. Right, so 2 antennas on the Yaesu, which you do not get on the Xiegu. You don't get 2 antennas. It is like probably the most premium portable set out there. I've compared it with the 705, and they're both amazing, but this ultimately is 2 radios, simultaneous receive, and 2 antenna connections. And you basically don't get that with the 705, but the 705 has Wi-Fi. I'm not really sure why they left off Wi-Fi. Who knows, they may make another module. Thanks for watching. The next video is comparing it with the 7100. Bye for now.